The concept of global warming being a satanic mission to undermine Jesus is a notion that has been circulating among certain Christian communities. This idea is rooted in a belief that Satan is actively working to disrupt God's plan for humanity and the earth. Proponents of this theory argue that global warming is not just a natural phenomenon or the result of human activities, but rather a deliberate attempt by Satan to destroy the planet and lead people away from Jesus. According to this perspective, Satan's ultimate goal is to undermine Jesus' teachings and the values of Christianity. By creating chaos and destruction through global warming, Satan aims to distract people from their faith and lead them towards a path of sin and rebellion against God. This idea is often linked to the concept of the end times, where Satan's influence is believed to be at its peak, and Jesus' return is imminent. One of the main arguments put forward by proponents of this theory is that global warming is a form of spiritual warfare. They believe that Satan is using environmental disasters and climate change to attack the very foundations of Christian values, such as stewardship of the earth and care for one's neighbors. By promoting a culture of consumerism and greed, Satan is allegedly encouraging people to prioritize their own interests over the well-being of the planet and its inhabitants. Furthermore, some Christians believe that the emphasis on science and reason in the context of global warming is a satanic ploy to undermine the authority of the Bible and the teachings of Jesus. They argue that by relying solely on human knowledge and expertise, people are neglecting the spiritual dimension of the issue and ignoring the role of faith in addressing the problem. This perspective is often linked to the idea of a secular humanist agenda, where Satan is seen as the driving force behind the supposedly anti-Christian and anti-God worldview. Another aspect of this theory is the idea that global warming is a form of judgment from God. According to this view, the devastating effects of climate change are a direct result of humanity's rebellion against God and the rejection of Jesus' teachings. In this context, Satan's role is not just to cause chaos and destruction, but also to deceive people into believing that the solution to the problem lies in human ingenuity and technology rather than in repentance and a return to faith. However, it is essential to note that this perspective is not universally accepted among Christians. Many Christian leaders and theologians argue that the idea of global warming being a satanic mission to undermine Jesus is a misguided and simplistic interpretation of the issue. They point out that the Bible teaches the importance of caring for the earth and promoting justice and compassion, and that addressing global warming is a moral and spiritual imperative for Christians. In conclusion, the notion that global warming is a satanic mission to undermine Jesus is a complex and multifaceted idea that reflects a particular worldview and set of beliefs. While it may resonate with some Christians, it is not a universally accepted perspective, and its validity and relevance are subject to ongoing debate and discussion. Ultimately, regardless of one's spiritual beliefs, it is essential to acknowledge the urgency and gravity of the global warming crisis and to work towards finding solutions that promote the well-being of both the planet and its inhabitants.